Good morning, happy Monday. Let's get started. So every time you see a colored box like this one, you're going to complete an activity. So today you're going to be reading an article about an author's quest to build a love of learning, learning, it should say more specifically, reading, in children. So read the text in chunks and answer the questions that follow. So that's all the instruction that you have. And all you need to do is go through and read the text in chunks, and then you're going to answer questions right after. So in this slide and the ones that follow, you'll see excerpts from the News ELA article about the importance of books and the power of imagination. Read the excerpts on the slides and answer the questions that follow. So it's very important that you listen to this recording today, because I'm going to actually be reading it to you. So you know how sometimes I give you the option, or I always kind of encourage you to use the read aloud feature in Common Lit. I'm essentially your read aloud feature today. Okay. The new Waterstones Children's Laureate is Cressida Cowell. She is the author and illustrator of How to Train Your Dragon. She has promised she will use her 2-year term to make the magic of books urgently available to absolutely everyone. Cowell was presented with the Laureate Medal by the previous laureate on July 9th. During the ceremony, Cowell showed her Children's Laureate Charter. It's a giant to-do list that she will use throughout her time as laureate. The charter lays out 10 points asserting that every child has reading rights, from having access to trained librarians and booksellers to reading for pleasure. Cowell told the audience at Shakespeare's Globe Theatre in London, England, that she had 2 super simple key messages as laureate. Point number 1, books and reading are magic. And then point number 2, this magic must be made urgently available to absolutely everyone. Okay, so now the questions, and these questions pertain specifically to the 3 paragraphs that I just read to you. So in the second paragraph, the article lists a few ways that children can gain reading rights. So in this second paragraph right here, where they talk about reading rights, it says that they list a couple of ways that the children can gain reading rights. So you're going to list those 2 reasons in this box. Okay? It's obviously not the reason, but. And then what could Cowell mean when she states that books and reading are magic? So think about what the word magic means, what is implied when calling something magic. Think about that. All right. She talked about recent changes and referred to television. The television is glorious. Bookshops are closing. Libraries are closing. Librarians are disappearing. Review space is shrinking. Parents are knackered. The kids are on the Nintendo Switch. Cal continued, speaking about challenges. Everywhere you look, it's impossible and getting more impossible by the minute, she said, adding that it is her favorite kind of problem. Luckily, anyone who read my books will know that I love a quest. A quest is idealistic. There are impossible seeming obstacles, and many people will tell you not to bother trying. A quest is also practical. In order to make progress, there must be action. Okay, the next question. What are some obstacles children face when it comes to reading? Hint, look in the first paragraph. So this first paragraph right here is asking you about the obstacles that get in the way of children and being able to read. Not being able to read, but actually taking the time and enjoying reading. Her interest is in children becoming readers for the joy of it. She said that that's impossible if their parents or carers can't afford books. They don't go to a public library, and their primary school hasn't got a library. One task will be to argue for more creative space in school's coursework. She launched the Free Writing Friday campaign with the National Literacy Trust last year. Literary Trust. In it, she asked teachers to give children about 15 minutes every Friday to write whatever they want in a special book. with no corrections or grades. She now wants to expand the campaign and is calling on fellow authors and illustrators to spread the word. Last question. How could your school support Cal's quest to create children who read for the joy of it? If you already read for the joy of it, what helped you on your quest to love reading? So it's just kind of, this isn't a right or wrong. It's just kind of like a opinion-based question or reflection question. All right, so that is it for today. Attendance, please put your name in the attendance. What other things do I always say? That's crazy how I forget and I say it every single day. I'm sure you guys remember. Attendance, live questions, and yeah, that's it. See you tomorrow.